One important thing about the survey was it turns out that the property is actually 90 feet to the right if you're facing the water, which means it's an entire lot over because there's a small, skinny driveway to another lot in between. So where we thought we had a power pole at the corner of the property and things like that, we do not have. And also, the property gets steeper the further to the right you get. So it changed where we were going to do things like put the driveway. But we had enough space because it's a wider lot that it wasn't going to be an issue. But it turns out it was an issue for the guy trying to sell those combined lots to the right. We ended up getting a phone call in June of 2025 from the realtor that had the amazing listing for that property next to us. We had our property markers out from where our survey had been done. And he calls and says that we are on his client's property. Now, the client actually owns a good chunk of property in that area. So this guy's technically our neighbor. And I didn't want to be rude about it. But I told the realtor, I said, we had this surveyed. It's correct. It's cross-referenced with several monuments that we know are correct. Those three properties are all shifted 90 feet to the right. And he wanted to fight about it. After I had called my realtor and the guy who did the survey, we all agreed that he may have just been trying to not have to get his own survey, but in the interest of peace and being nice to the neighbor who actually owned it and owned the properties on the other side, that we would give them our survey. And so I sent it to him, complete with the plat of the area that was filed with the county, and said, if you had any questions, please let me know. I'd be happy to discuss this with you, things like that. And I even told him when I talked to him on the phone that I loved his listing. I just knew that those lots were not ideal. And I'm assuming we were correct because he kind of hinted at, we might have to get legal involved. And I was like, okay, if we have to get legal involved, we will. But I don't think I'm incorrect. I never heard from him again makes me think we were correct. And he had to tuck his tail between his legs and go look at his client and go, well. So I'm hoping nothing ever comes back up from that. Fingers crossed.